Welcome to AiTales, the YouTube channel that uses the power of artificial intelligence to tell true and fiction stories like never before. Through cutting-edge AI technology, we bring the past to life and uncover fascinating tales from history that have been long forgotten. Join us as we delve deep into the past and explore the people, places, and events that have shaped our world. With AiTales, history has never been more exciting or engaging. The First World War, also known as the Great War, was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. It lasted from 1914 to 1918 and involved the major powers of Europe, as well as countries from other parts of the world. The war resulted in the loss of millions of lives and had a profound impact on the course of the 20th century. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the complex web of alliances and tensions that existed among the European powers in the early 20th century. In the years leading up to the war, many countries had been increasing their military capabilities and engaging in a costly arms race. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in June 1914 was the spark that ignited the war. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia for the assassination and declared war on the country in July 1914. Germany, which had a close alliance with Austria-Hungary, then declared war on Russia, which had pledged to defend Serbia. France, which had a military alliance with Russia, then declared war on Germany. Britain, which had pledged to defend Belgium, declared war on Germany when the latter invaded Belgium in August 1914. The war quickly escalated as more countries entered the conflict. By 1917, the United States had joined the war on the side of the Allies, which included Britain, France, and Russia. The Central Powers, which included Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire, were eventually defeated in November 1918. The First World War was a brutal and costly conflict, with millions of lives lost and countless others forever changed. Its impact on the world was profound and far-reaching, setting the stage for many of the conflicts and political developments of the 20th century. The First World War was characterized by trench warfare, where soldiers would hunker down in elaborate systems of trenches, often for months on end, while artillery and machine gun fire raged overhead. The conditions in the trenches were brutal, with soldiers exposed to disease, malnutrition, and the constant threat of attack. The war saw the development of new and devastating weapons, such as poison gas and tanks, which caused widespread death and destruction. The use of chemical weapons, in particular, was a horrific innovation that inflicted long-term damage on soldiers and civilians alike. As the war dragged on, it took a heavy toll on the countries involved. The enormous human cost of the war led to widespread disillusionment and protests, particularly in Russia, where the strain of the war contributed to the downfall of the Tsarist regime. In 1917, the United States entered the war, tipping the balance of power in favor of the Allies. American troops helped to break the stalemate on the Western Front, and the tide of the war began to turn against the Central Powers. In the final months of the war, Germany began to crumble under the weight of Allied pressure. The German army was exhausted, and the country was racked by food shortages and political unrest. In November 1918, a series of uprisings led to the collapse of the German government, and the country signed an armistice on November 11th, ending the war. The aftermath of the war was characterized by political upheaval and social change. The Treaty of Versailles, which was signed in 1919, imposed harsh penalties on Germany, including significant territorial losses and crippling reparations payments. The treaty also created the League of Nations, a precursor to the United Nations, which was intended to prevent future conflicts. However, the Treaty of Versailles ultimately failed to prevent the outbreak of another devastating world war just 2 decades later. The legacy of the First World War continues to be felt to this day, as the conflict shaped the course of modern history and set the stage for many of the geopolitical tensions and conflicts that continue to define the world today. Thank you for watching this episode of AiTales, where we bring history to life through the power of AI. We hope you found this episode informative and entertaining, and that it deepened your understanding and appreciation of the world around us. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to create and share more fascinating stories from the past, brought to life with the latest AI technology. Thank you again for tuning in to AI Tales, and we look forward to sharing more incredible stories with you soon.